They pray for the gays in Orlando. They didn't pray for me specifically.
Mics are hot.
Hot. Okay. I love everybody.
Yeah. Pray for everybody. We're having a heated discussion here about prayers and thoughts and fake woke, not fake woke. I would say fake
compassionate.
Fake compassionate. There it is. But just it's all right, people. Like, actually, no, I'm not gonna say anything. We'll keep that off air.
Yeah, man.
Off air.
Off air.
That's how Ryan Seacrest does it. Don't say anything.
Yeah. I'm not saying.
Doesn't work.
I'm not saying anything. But speaking of on air, we got. Let's be friends. I probably should say that more. People in their car are like, what am I doing right now?
You also definitely should come up with a DJ name.
It's Let's Be Friends.
DJ.
How you pronounce your last name? Tannehill?
Yep, but not the DJ.
Tannehill, like the football player?
Yep, kind of. You know, one thing about that before
probably related.
People always ask me, am I related to Ryan Tannehill? I'm like,
wow.
Have you seen how white this dude is?
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing.
And you blacker than 3 people.
So yeah, man. It means something to me.
My great grandfather's name is John Sykes, white man from Virginia, descendant of Wanda Sykes.
Okay.
Dead ass?
No,
Yes.
Kid.
He's fucking a white guy. You know what I'm saying? Genetics is not. You know what I'm saying? I'm genetically related to him. You know. That's Pawpaw.
Yeah.
You feel me? You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
You never know.
That's
But
true.
you related to Wanda Sykes.
Come on, man.
Deep down the line.
I would never bring that up to her.
You my cousin. You my cousin though.
I've heard this 18 million times.
My aunt. This is a legend too. My aunt married Lil Bow Wow's uncle. And I've been telling people I'm related to Lil Bow Wow. Man, I was using that in middle school. Like, I'm related to Lil Bow Wow. Back when he was, let's get down. He was doing that. I was like, yeah.
All you need is one picture with
that's
him.
my cousin.
Man.
I was trying to get that picture, man. I was trying to get that picture.
Before I started doing comedy, it was a long time ago. I went to see Wanda Sykes on the radio. I thought, like, the Hard Rock. And dude, she did this thing where like a guy stood up to go pee, and he was wearing a tight T-shirt, and she went on him for having a tight T-shirt on. I thought I was gonna die laughing at it. She's so funny. Yeah,
She's so funny.
So good.
But here, we gotta get back. We gotta get back on track.
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
Because this is Let's Be Friends. This is Let's Be Comedians. And I got Ross McCoy. And
It's true.
The biggest thing about the show is me becoming friends. Because I found that I need more friends.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, let me just get a show. These people come to the room, and now they gotta talk to me and become my friend.
It's gonna be a hard sell because I have like one friend, and I'm not looking to add any really. So like, it's gonna be a hard sell.
Well, here, where are you from, Ross? Let's get back.
I'm born in Pennsylvania. I went to high school in Georgia. Moved here like 20 years ago. I'm never gonna go anywhere else. I never want to leave this town ever again. Mm-hmm.
What city in Pennsylvania?
I was born like outside of Pittsburgh.
Outside of Pittsburgh, okay. I'm not familiar with much Pittsburgh.
It's cold.
I know it's cold.
Like basically lived on the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
Walked up and down a hill every goddamn day of my life.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I've been to State College because of Penn State.
Okay.
And in Philly, I've been there a few times.
I've never been to Philly. I hear it's a hellhole.
So the place I was at had like rats. We were staying at an Airbnb, and he was like, "Hey man, it's Philly. It's cold. There's gonna be rats." I'm like, "What kind of that ain't a response?" I'm like, "It's an Airbnb host."
Philly, you guys couldn't even get the Liberty Bell together. What are you doing? Come on.
So here, how'd you get started in the comedy?
I got started in comedy. I've been doing podcasting for a minute. I was on on a different podcast, and I got on this podcast that was like successful. I had a little heat for it, and I was looking for a way to because we had listeners, but there was no money in it.
Yeah.
And so I was looking for a way to make money, and at the time, this guy Adam Carolla had a really successful podcast. And he had branched out into the comedy world, and he was on his podcast. He was saying, "Yeah, comedy, it's easy. I make $30,000 in a weekend. It's super easy. It's easy money in comedy." Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna go make easy money doing comedy." And by the time I figured out that was not gonna ever happen, it was too late.
That's like pre-man show, Adam Carolla.
No, this is post-man show.
Post-man show. Okay.
Post like Loveline, and I think he'd done like some like morning radio out in LA, and then that kind of washed out. Maybe it was even that. Remember that Air America thing where they were like, "We're gonna do a liberal Rush Limbaugh type station."
Oh, no!
And it lasted for like 8 months. I think he might have even been on that.
Oh man!
But yeah, and then he started a podcast. But he's still going to this day.
He's still got it going.
Yeah.
Okay. Weird. What's your Wi-Fi password? Actually, no, that's a bad question. So when did you start doing comedy?
Did you ask me what my Wi-Fi password is?
No, I was thinking about something
Bro.
different. But
I've never been asked that in an interview before. That's the first time.
What is it though?
I don't know. I'd have to text one of my kids.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, okay. So what was your first time doing stand-up like?
First time doing stand-up, Pedro Lima was involved. I knew, like I said, I was on a podcast, and I'd been like, I really loved radio, and I specifically loved like live local radio, and I got involved. I got way too deep with this local radio show called The Hideout at the time. They were on 104.1. They were the night show on WTKS at the time, and they would take like any phone call. So like you could call these guys like 5-6 times a night, and they would keep taking your calls if you had something funny to say. So like you could get engaged with them real quick. And they did this thing Open Door Fridays. On Friday you could just go down to the station and hang out in the studio. And for like a radio dork like me, I'd love that stuff. But anyway, they had Pedro Lima in all the time too. Pedro going with Arnie Ellis to promote comedy shows with them.
Arnie was fire.
Arnie still is
Arnie
fire.
Was fire, man.
He's out in LA doing his thing still to this very day. Yeah, he's real good. But
I remember when he left. I was like,
Pedro and Arnie. Anyway, I decided I wanted to do stand up, so I went to Pedro, and he's like, you got to go to this place called The Other Bar, Ken Miller's room at the time. He's like, you got to check it out. And at the time, it was like you had to sign up that week for the next week. So I went and checked out a show, signed up, and I performed it next week.
Okay. Follow-up question. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag kind of drifting through the wind, wanting to start again?
Z71XYT5.
No, but
my kid texted me. That's
just a follow-up. Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in?
You know that song. Have you heard similar vein? Have you heard that song Titanium?
No.
God damn it! Like I run like a 7-minute mile when that song is playing in my head.
Really?
It's really good. You should check it out.
Well, I asked that question because I know you work in fireworks.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. How's that?
I love it. It's fun.
Do you ever feel remorse when somebody comes back like, "Hey man, I blew my hand off"?
Nobody's ever come in with a mangled finger though.
Really?
Although the tent I work for, Pyro Spot Fireworks in Longwood, Bye Bye Fingers is one of our sales slogans. Yeah.
So do you ever just see somebody like buying fireworks like, oh, it's going down, like they're gonna hurt themselves tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I tell a lot of these stories. But this guy came in this year. He bought. He was incoherent is one way to put it, but like he I don't there's some weird drug going around where like people can talk but they're not like every third sentence is legible, so you're like, what's wrong with you? But and there's a lot of Bible stuff involved too. But anyway, this guy came in, he made it pretty clear he wanted some Roman candles.
Okay.
So I showed him where our Roman candles are, and a lot of Bible talk in between. Ended up crazy talking for a little while, bought some Roman candles, went across the parking lot to Discount Tobacco and Liquor, and I watched him go to light his Roman candle, but he started to light the bottom of the Roman candle, which is an indicator he's about to shoot himself with it. And he did. He proceeded to shoot himself a couple times with the Roman candle held upside down right there in our parking lot.
On purpose?
Yeah, well, no. He was just addlepated, and that's how he lit his firework that he was going to light in a parking lot with 100 people around.
Is there ever a situation that you like wouldn't sell somebody fireworks? Like there came like, hey man, like can I get like a pack of these like black hats and Roman candles, and you know where nearest like elementary school is? Like would you be like, hold up?
That same guy came by like 2 days later and wanted to buy more Roman candles. I was like, no sir, I'm not going to sell you any Roman candles. But he had a kid with him, and he's like, it's not for me, it's for the kid. And the kid pulled out money and was like, yeah, it's my money. And I was like, all right, I guess.
Wait, isn't there an age limit for fireworks?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay,
I don't know.
Man. He was 18.
I'm not Johnny Law. I'm just out in the parking lot selling fireworks.
We're just selling fireworks, man.
Not part of the training. What's that?
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. What's a shit sandwich, by the way? I wanted to ask that question.
It's like, it's like a slang term for like an unpleasant activity that you have to engage in.
Yeah.
But the name of our show specifically comes from in Spinal Tap. It's referenced.
Oh, okay.
And the founder of our show, Matt Gerstner, was a big fan of Spinal Tap.
Oh, okay. What about poop sandwich? You ever think about naming it that?
It's funny because at the very beginning, like, I don't know, we're in like year 11 or 12 now, but like at the very beginning, Orlando Weekly would not print the name of our show and stuff like that. Like it was actually hard getting the name out there for a little bit. At the best, they would do like SH, asterisk T sandwich. That was like years in. Yeah. And now they just straight up like shit sandwich.
Shout out to Danielle Mathis. She was on my show a few weeks ago, and she had just come from poop sandwich in her words. I was like,
yeah.
You sure that's right? Or no, it's poop sandwich. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, her and Amy and Lauren, right? Because
Yeah.
they had a hard out, and I fucked up the list, and then I had to make that happen real quick. It was a little quick thing.
Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah, cheers.
No, this actually has become the shit sandwich after party because people don't want to stay up late. So like, well, I can't if I'm at home and fall asleep. So they go to shit sandwich and they come here.
Nice.
Yeah. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Keep my comics up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. No. Here. So what are your top 5 comedians?
Top 5 comedians
Yeah.
ever, or in this town, or what?
Ever.
Ever?
Yeah.
See, I'm bad because I don't listen to comedy. I hate like listening to taped comedy. It's like, for me, it's like sports. Like I won't watch a baseball game on TV, but I'll go to a baseball game with you. Like, but I'm not gonna listen
You
to.
want to go to a baseball game?
Yeah, I would love to. That sounds fun. Let's be friends.
Yeah.
Especially like a minor league game, and we can heckle some guys. That's fun. So like I don't have a lot of favorite. I like your comics from like podcasts and stuff. Like I'll listen, like Jimmy Pardo is one of my favorite comics because I'll listen to his podcast. Who else is good on it? Todd Glass is a really good comic. I like his podcast.
Okay.
I'm weird.
Yeah. So like Theo Von type like guys like. Okay. Well, listen, man. Looks like the Cardinals play the Rays Tuesday, August 8th.
Ooh, in Tampa?
In Tampa.
See, that's more than 2 miles from my house, though.
Oh, okay. I'll find something. We're gonna be good friends.
Let's go to You ever been to like the minor league games in Lakeland?
No.
They got like this nice little tiny stadium. It looks like a giant built like a tiny little stadium, and they play minor league games in it. And I like to go and heckle people.
Okay, that's like halfway to Tampa, though. You might as well just go all the way to Tampa.
Halfway.
That's okay. Okay, so here, who are some of your comedic influences?
Here again, this is bad because like basically when I was growing up, the only comedy album I had was Dennis Leary, No Cure for Cancer.
Yeah.
So I just listened to that over and over again.
Okay.
And I mean, it kind of shows because I yell at people and I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Speaking of being an asshole, cancer. How do you think you're gonna die? By the way, just quickly.
How am I gonna die? Let's see. I mean, car accident probably is like the statistically it.
Sure.
Other than that,
I can see that.
Colorectal cancer.
Ooh, I love that.
That's that's a
good.
big one for like dudes, and especially dudes who eat a lot of cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, colorectal cancer. Other than that, I kind of. Oh, that's dark. I don't know. Do you want to get dark?
Yeah, let's get dark, man.
I have like a preferred method how I want to go out.
I think we're out of time. Actually, but we are out of time. But we're not, because I do have like a lot more questions I have to ask you.
Okay.
But unfortunately, they have to be just rapid fire.
It's a lightning round. Yeah,
lightning round. I'm gonna ask you some questions here, and hopefully, just go with
Alaska.
Alaska. Okay, your favorite state?
Alaska. No, Florida. I like Florida.
Okay, what did you have for breakfast today?
Like a half a cup of cottage cheese with a little scoop of apricot preserves in it.
Okay, your least favorite race on 3. 1, 2, 3.
The Amazing
NASCAR.
Race.
Okay, that's even better. What's your favorite food spot in Orlando?
In Orlando, I like Johnny's, other side. You ever been to Johnny's on Michigan?
No.
So good. And my vote for the best tots in town. I think they got the best tater tots in town.
Oh, okay. If you could go back in time in any history, in history, what period would you choose? And be careful, because there's some places that me and Jerry can't go.
And do I have to be a peasant, or I'm gonna be like a king, or like what?
Yeah, whatever you want.
I want to go hang out with Gordon Ramsay. Wherever Gordon Ramsay is, I'll just go hang out with him. Like present day or like 10 years ago, at any time period where I can hang out with Gordon. Yeah, I'd love that too.
Okay, read my mind.
Really, with Jari?
Oh God, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Speaking of, what are your thoughts on prostitution?
I think it should be legal. I mean, why shouldn't you be able to make that choice to do? Like, if you can go shovel coal for 10 hours a day, why, you can use your arms and your shoulders and your back to make a living. Why shouldn't you be able to use any other part of your body? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Who's your favorite actor?
Who's my, Paul Giamatti.
Okay, most used app on your phone?
Most used, probably Facebook, sadly, and then BBC News, and then Spotify.
Okay, have you ever tried peeing standing up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried one time. It didn't work.
Oh, okay. Well, that was it, man. I want to thank you very much.
It was like
I feel like I know you.
It's like a shotgun. It's weird. It doesn't.
Peeing standing up? Yeah, it's weird.
Are we friends now?
Are we?
I kind of feel like so.
Oh, this is a handshake. Or are you going for a black dap?
You want to?
Woo! Oh, we did it. We're friends now. So that's one more friend I have here. My next friend
The
coming
show's
up
working.
is Jari. Yep, it's working.
Oh.
Jari, I need a song from you, man.
Jay-Z, you don't know.
Jay-Z, you don't know.
Get it chambered.
That's my go-to. Always. It's always playing in the back of my head.
Jay-Z, you know, next up we got Jari Knows.
People would understand me a lot more if they understood that that's what's playing in my head.